Hey, how y'all doing? It's Rick Sincere, MTMV Sportsman. I'm blessed, geeked, overjoyed to be joined today on the line with Grambling alum Cecil Cherry. I'm also USFL draft prospect Cecil Cherry, and another alum of the fan control football as well. I'm on the line with him right now. Cecil, how you doing?
Good, can't complain.
Awesome, man. Yo, you just came from a workout, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How you doing these days, man? What you getting into?
Working on speed, explosiveness, and just staying ready and just working on the point that just a long lasting breath, air, breath where I won't get right and be able to run with receivers, run it back, tight ends, whatever I got to do.
Awesome. Look, I'm hearing that the USFL supplemental draft is coming up. How okay, so I know you're working out to prepare for it, but on top of working out to prepare for it, how are you mentally getting prepared for the USFL supplemental draft?
I mean, I know that it's like I know where I'm going into because I just played in the spring league in Houston, and on the same Brian Woods, he's the same owner. He runs the USFL, and I knew like one object that I learned from playing in these type of leagues, you gotta be in shape and you gotta be the champion on and off the field, not just on the field. On the field, you gotta learn the plays. Not only that, you got to train your mindset just to have over there. I gotta go on defense. This thing I'm gonna punt, kick off return, because everybody know the goal. They try to get them to go to the next level. So I mean, you just gotta take and give your body and take care of your body first of all every night with extra stretching and all that, because like after the fan control, one thing I did do, I had to go straight up to the spring league, played and finished top prospect just because I was taking care of my body, doing the right thing. And I think that now it's preparing me. Like I know what I'm going against. I know what type of players I'm going to play against, and I'm just ready for whatever.
Look, let me ask you, have you been hearing from any teams yet?
No, I haven't heard from them. I mean, they had hit me. They had hit me up. But the spring, not the USF people have been something contract, but by me training so hard, getting ready, because I'm training with an ex NFL strength coach, the William guy from Coach Butler. I'm training with him, and I checked one night. I just checked before the draft, and I seen that like you need to turn this in before the 21st to get in the first draft. But then came back, I got it Monday night again, and then I signed it, and then I ain't know they were having a supplemental.
Wow.
And they
Okay.
told me when I called in.
Okay. So, look, you've had a long road to this moment, man. Talk to me about growing up in Florida and what was your life like growing up in Frost Point? I'm in Frost Proof.
Oh, man, growing up, I mean, first of all, when I grew up, I mean, like, I had grown up with Pop for a little bit, and I was, as a baby, I was gave away, and Pops went to prison, and he came and got me at 7 years old, and brought me from Georgia with a family that called me Quan, that took care of me a little bit, and, when I got back from Florida, when he got from Georgia and wanted to travel for take care of or whatever happened when he was older back then, was in a home and all that. But next thing you know, he got out. He came and got me from Georgia. He beat the case to come get me. And I was 7 years old when I came back. He got into Little League, and he put me in Lake Wells Little League because he didn't want me to play in the Little League. He was president over first. He wanted me to play experience first, then come to him. And it's like when I was growing up playing the Little League, I always growing up playing 3 games a day. Like if I was on Pee Wee's, I'd play Pee Wee, Junior, Senior. It wasn't no just play one game. That was just me because my mentality. Because I used to play running back and safety before I was a linebacker. So I was an athlete. And once I took off from there, I used to wear number 44 at Lake West, still in Little League. And my first game, I scored like 4 touchdowns and had like 2 picks. And then I was on front of the legend and being that same. I just took off from there with it being little. And then after that, I ended up playing varsity at 8th grade. And I was one of the top 8th graders when me and Darren James coming out of Polk County. And then I left after my 8th grade year and went to South Carolina OW my freshman year. And I won defensive player that year. Then came back to Fallsville and won all through my high school year. That's when I started getting buku to offers.
Wow. Okay, so Look, you're getting a lot of off. And you know what? One thing I've seen in your game that I really love is your ability to play in coverage. Dude, you have an
Oh
uncanny
yeah.
ability to play in coverage, and plus, you're always coming up with picks. I don't know how you're doing that from the linebacker spot, but you're always coming up with picks. Like you're always doing well in coverage. What led to that? How'd you get in how'd you get so great at doing that?
I ain't gonna lie. I think it's just the versatility in me because, like I was saying, I used to play running back too. That's what a lot of people don't know about me. Like, you give me the ball and get in the end zone. You throw the ball, I'm gonna take whatever I gotta do, and that's my ability. I try to use that as my advantage because most inside linebackers do not know how to run, do not know how to cover, do not know how to have good feet work. So I do a lot of ladders. I do a lot of just focus on being locked in on the hip. I mean, Coach Tip from the FCF helped me out a lot too with chasing the hip and reacting to the other hip, turning and flipping. And I mean, I just worked on my coverage because I know if I can cover, I'm gonna stick out to a coach because inside linebackers cannot cover. You know how they have to bring a safety in. You don't have to do that with me. Either if you think you got to run a quarterback, you can spot me on him, or if you think you got a quarterback that can throw, and you need somebody in the middle that's gonna pick and play spot, I'm that guy for that. Even if you want to go man, that's the difference. I don't have to come out. I'm all for linebackers. At least with old school and new school mentality.
Look, okay, I want to go back a little bit, right? I want to know when you fall in love with football and why.
I fell in love with football when I was 6, just because I knew what I was like. I ain't gonna lie, like I knew I couldn't be stopped because I used to play throwing my bust them up in the hood and grown people. And that's what I always growed up in. I used to be this one that was fighting and all that. Then my dad used to go around, so I got to put him in sports. And then next thing you know, I just took off from there, and I loved it ever since then. Football is my passion, and I don't just love the money, but I love the game, and I go all out.
Yo, okay, so look, at one point, so out of high school, right? You went to USF.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk to me about
So
USF.
out of high school, I went to Texas.
Oh yeah, and then you transferred to USF, right?
Yeah, I transferred in the summertime, and it was a disagreement between Charles Strong and my father, which me and Charles Strong didn't know nothing about. We was like, man, go to your room and lay down. Boom, my dad get on the phone with ESPN. He transferred. You know how old school people is. So at the same time, I just took it in like, wow. But when I came to agreement, and it was disconnection agreement in between, and I saw what I needed to saw, so I was like, all right, I'm going to South Florida. And don't knock Coach Strong, don't knock nobody because at the end of the day, you make a freshman mistake. I mean, come on, 18, 19 years old, fresh out of college. I don't really understand the politics of the game. I don't understand, everything that comes with it. But also, it made me learn and I adapt quick. So when I went to South Florida, I went in there with Coach Taggart and Coach Woody and all them. And it was a great experience because I took from learning special teams to get you where you need to be. And also I learned that everything was about team, not just you. And I had a whole year to lock into the system. And then that next year I got rewarded with playing special teams, playing linebacker, and playing offense.
Wow.
Being a second league tackle on the defense. 30 tackles, the second league tackle, didn't even start, played on special teams, played a little bit. And that just tell you, like, what would happen if a coach put me on the field.
Man, I saw it. I saw it. You don't have to tell me. I saw it. Like I saw on special teams what it looks like. You laying people out on special teams, man. That was common looking at your film. It was common to see you laying people clean out on special teams, bro. Like, talk to me about that mentality on special teams.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a mentality like you ain't gonna run up against me, and like say if I have somebody fast, I'm cutting off me in the back. I like to tell them just cut off me because I know where my defender gonna go. That grab, touch, and all that. No, I'm trying to make them see. I'm trying to put them in chair center home. 24/7 is always open. But at the same time, I love physical. I love contact, and I just think that's what separates me from the new school. I love it. I love contact. I don't run from it, and I don't run for no challenge when it ain't time to do contact. I like to show like what I can do.
Look, when
coverage,
I love it.
I can break on the ball. Whatever you want out of me, I can come back and run. Whatever you want, I can run a route. So it's just my mentality. I won't be beat. and I knew what I got to bring to the table.
Oh, you running routes?
Yeah, I'm just saying I was in high school.
Let me find out. Okay.
I used to play running back in college too. South Florida let me play 2 positions. I was playing in the backfield with Coach Flowers and all. Coach, I don't know if it's an article you look up and show you what Coach Taggart said. I have a secret founder position for Cecil. Can't give it up. I used to be an athlete.
Man, I love it. I love it. I saw it on your kick return. I ain't gonna front. I saw it on you. I saw it, bro. I saw it in you.
They kick it to me. I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm gonna give them what they want. I'm a sharper too. That's why I say whoever put me in that back wedge in the USFL after me knocking them out so much, I want them to kick it to me during my song where that running back day is coming in.
Yo, talk to me about the decision to leave USF after Coach Taggart left. Right, you went over to Coahoma.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a hard decision because I could have went to Oregon with Coach T, and I could have went with them. They was already putting the buzz in my ear, and I just like, man, I'm just gonna go JUCO and rename myself because at the end of the day, I knew I was rolling the dice. I knew what I was getting up against because I knew I was getting my name back out there. But at the end of the day, I just had to do what I had to do. So they went to Oregon and I went to JUCO. And when I went to JUCO, I just look at it like I'm going in with all or nothing. And that's where I went to Coahoma Community College and set a JUCO record there. I mean, you think about it, Coahoma never won no game. So when I went there, I broke the curse, and I had a coach, Bam, from Bartow was recruiting from Polk County. He's Mississippi Golf Coast offensive coordinator right now as we speak and won the championship. So when I went to Coahoma, I had a connection through my high school coach, Coach Jenkins, not John, his name Coach Jenkins, Melvin Jenkins, and he had a connection with Coach Bam by them being cousins, and he was like, man, bring Cecil in. And I went because I was supposed to, a lot of people don't know, I was telling Buddy Pugh from Last Chance U I was coming. But I said, you know what, I want to make a difference. So that's why I went to Coahoma and I set a JUCO record. And then next thing you know, I won Defensive Player of the Year and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. So Mac JC Defensive Player of the Year, right? From then you went on to Grambling State University, right, with Coach Fobbs.
Yes.
Man, talk to me about that experience with Coach Fobbs. Talk to me about being at Grambling State.
Man, that experience ain't nothing like the G, man. Grand family for life. But at the end of the day, I have met supporting people around the area that's family outside of Grambling. So, I mean, that's one thing I got to be thankful for. I mean, I understand, like, the loan and stuff was taken out of my name without me knowing, but at the end of the day, I had to fix what I had to fix, and it was about me graduating early, and then I had to sit there and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, focus on graduating early. This is not my own major I study in, but I just have to adapt. And that's what I did. I adapt to a small adjustment, just like you do on the field. I mean, you get beat one time, you gotta eliminate that play and say, come on, I'm gonna go to the next play. And that's how I took life with graduating from Grambling. And I ended up graduating a year before I was supposed to graduate. So I took 16 hours on class credit, and I had graduated in the spring instead of graduating in the fall mid-year to be a December grad. So what I did was I took 16, I added 3 more hour credits off straight line. I made the spring list, and then I took 19 in the spring and graduated in the spring, and I early enrolled in the summer and took 12 for graduate. So I mean, I was on a pedestal of I had to grind, and not only that, like my sisters, I'm staying with now up in Louisiana. As late noon, I'm staying with her now, but at the same time, like that's why you got to sit down and say, you know, so you got to be blessed from the journey of God. He connect you with people because family, I mean, being away from home, you don't know, you know what I'm saying, when you're going through adversity, knowing that all I need is one more chance to get back on the field, and just what I do, got to graduate, I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's why family becomes very important, because when you're chasing your dreams, you should have people to support you, not talk your dream down, but at the end of the day, it ain't nobody else's vision but your vision. Keep going.
Yo, okay. Did you play at Grambling during the time of COVID or before COVID?
Before COVID. I finished when COVID hit. I finished at UT Martin.
So you got a chance to play in the Bayou Classic?
No, I didn't play. I didn't. That's when I stopped playing, and then I focused on graduating.
Mm.
After that, I played. I graduated in the spring, and then I went to UT Martin in the summer, and I finished there. I finished there in December. I only was eligible. Took 12 credits just to be eligible to play football.
Got it. Talk to me about the level of competition. Now you've been to Texas, right? USF. You've been to Coahoma, right? You've been in a few different places, even UT Martin. What's the level of competition like in the SWAC?
I mean, in the level of competition, I mean, you got to hit and miss. I ain't gonna lie, you got some good people, but at the end of the day, I think that they look at it like, oh, SWAC, just all that. You got a hit and miss with some people. I mean, some coaches got their favorite, but at the end of the day, I just feel like that everywhere I done went, if a baller could ball, he gonna ball. And that's the thing about me, like, we got them yes mans in the system, and I don't think that's right. You hinder a kid on what he do and know his gameplay just because you knew him longer or y'all got this type of relationship. And that's not right to the kid. I mean, that's why transfer portal, everybody hit it, because they don't understand when you get in there to their system, they have everything together. Which, imagine a kid that's came from nothing, that don't got a strong mind like me. They could go get in trouble, rob a bank, or do some crazy stuff just because they dream them come true. Just because they know, oh, a coach here and there, oh, I'm this dude, I'm that dude, so whatever I say gonna go. Nah, that's not right. And you got people that, you know what I'm saying, know that if the coach got their back, they pick on them because they know they're their favorite. And I feel like if you could find a way, man, do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, it's your career. Some people got their life together. When you trying to get your life together, you can't let nobody stop you and hinder you, because the real gonna always prevail, especially with faith in new mountains.
Man, so okay, now this faith that you talk about having a strong mind, right? Like, I know your strong mind kind of comes from your upbringing. Like, we've talked privately, right? Like, you told me about stuff that happened to you while growing up. Enlighten the people. Talk to us a little bit about that. How did you develop that strong mind, man? You've been through so much. Talk to us about development of your strong mind.
I ain't gonna lie, like I had a story coming out. Like I was saying, I was gave away, and I was on one of the papers, and my dad got me out when I met him at 7, and my real mom, he brought me around their people, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I didn't know, that I couldn't bring on to life and say, dang, I was abandoned, I was rude. So I feel like everybody should feel down. No, I took that and I ran off of football with that. And I had to learn from my brother and sister. We met through football. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I take it as like, you know, like when I was in high school, a lot of people don't know, the police used to pull me over. And these, oh, Winston Cherry, we got you, and like follow me up the road. And one police told my uncle, it was crazy, because one police told my uncle to say some dope with mine just to arrest me, and then his son looked up to me. It was a dirty game that I was around that nobody never knew. Like, I had to worry about police busting in my house. My dad not doing that, what they thought he was doing way back then. And then he had Little League, getting harassed for having all the blacks on the back of the trucks. He's taking us to practice, taking us back, stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, I took it as like, you know what I'm saying, this is going to build me, this is only going to make me stronger. I'm not going to sit back and dwell on what happened or how they harassed me or what goes down. Because at the end of the day, it's like now the same police and the same people, they sit and shake my hands, and we're proud of you. We know your story, which that's great. At the end of the day, I want my story to be known to the world, and that's why I'm never gonna let nothing hinder me for doing what I need to do.
Wow. Yo, so a thing that's like different about you than a whole lot of people is so much of your NFL connection, bro. You have a big, huge NFL connection that people don't know about. Talk to me about your connection with guys like Ray Lewis, right? Warren Sapp, Alvin Harper, right? Talk to me about that and how that influences you in your journey.
It influenced me a lot, especially Alvin. Alvin, man, a lot of people don't know me and Alvin got a close connection. So we finished together. Alvin Harper Jr. We won a championship out of State High School in Florida. So we had a long relationship to build with each other my senior year. And Alvin, I had a chance to get to stay with Alvin and really get to learn Alvin for himself, and I learned a lot about him. And lot that he taught me about how being a pro and what you got to do and what you not got to do and how you work and what you need to work and what you need to work on. So, I mean, I think Alvin to this day, man, I look at the Alvin Harper to this day, and I promise I love that man from the bottom of my heart. And now going out to Ray, me and Ray got a close connection with, you know what I'm saying, father-son relationship and outside of a spirit relationship. So, he talk about how he proud of me, keep going. Because a lot of people don't know, when I left Texas, all three of them chewed me out on the phone at once. And they were like, we behind you, whatever you gonna do, but we don't do that. We don't do that. So, I mean, I had to take a little from them, but at the end of the day, they only telling me what I need to know because they love me. They ain't telling me what I want to know because at the end of the day, you want people like that to be real with you that fought through adversity and knows the critic on behind playing, being a professional athlete. But also they know that I got a lot of fight in me and they understand where I come from. So they know my background personally. So, I mean, they know that I got it in me. So that's why I do always text them and I tell them I love them and I'll keep going. And they always say, boy, I'm proud of you. You're a fighter. And, I mean, you got to take that as like, man, some people wish to have a relationship or talk to these people, man. But at the end of the day, they push me, and I'm going to keep making them happen. I'm going to make these goals happen when I get a chance to earn me a yellow jacket.
I love it, man. Talk to me about your NFL dreams. Like, I know that right now it's USFL, and you've been through fan control football, so much of that, but you have NFL dreams. Talk to me about where you see yourself, you know, later on in your career.
Later on in my career, I ain't gonna lie, I see myself doing wrong for real. Because you got to think about it. 2020 I came out after fixing all my names. And then that thing, COVID hit, so they canceled. Then I come back, I drive from Florida to Pittsburgh over fan control trial, and I showed Coach John Jenkins how much I wanted. Then I go to Atlanta and tear it up. Then I get a call to go to Houston, to the spring league. Then I go there and finish top prospect. So my journey, I know it's going to be great because all that transferring and stuff, I mean, I might transfer, but also every school people know how I'm coming. And that's what's crazy. I always meet somebody that knows somebody that's next to me or know somebody I done played with somebody that know them or vice versa. So I know going in, I know like special team is what I got to do. I mean, people got their favorites. People got their people that's on ground, but at the same time, I'm going to show you what I can do in special team. And then when you play me at linebacker, I'm just going to take over the game. And that's why I say I might outlast a lot of people. Just because I love the game and I know what it takes to be a pro, and I want to keep giving back to kids like my foundation. When I become a pro and add more NFL players to my foundation, I come help give back hope to the kids in my neighborhood.
Do you keep that in mind because of your relationship with guys like Ray Lewis and Alvin Harper, right? And you see how much they gave back and how much they give back to the community. Does that stay in your mind?
Yes, it do. I had my first camp recently, just passed, and I will never forget where I was from because that's what I played in. Polk County Little League is big. People don't know how big and serious it is. It's so serious that, man, everybody playing on Sundays like they're in the Super Bowl. So when you come from a program that's like that and you come from a type of environment that's like that, I mean, look, a lot of people know Darren James was the best in 2015 coming out of Polk County. And he just listened. I didn't. Because I was in the streets, I want to have fun, and that was my fault. I learned. So one thing about it, you have to learn from your mistakes. You can't abandon your mistakes. You gotta let them build you and let them make you stronger.
Man, I feel that 100%. Okay, I need to talk about the fan control football thing because a lot of people don't know about it. Like a lot of people, you know, they either don't know about it or they do know about it, right? And they're looking forward to the next season of it. In the first season of fan control football, you're there. I saw you, man. You balled out. Talk to me about what that experience was like.
Oh, when I was there, I mean, first time playing arena, first of all, and the fan control helped on my cover even more better because the fan control, Coach Dickey got an offense called swing and shoot. If you can't run, you won't last. And that's the thing about it. You get against an athlete that's fast, or you get up against an athlete that's slow, you got to know how to cover. Because everybody got disadvantages, everybody got advantages. But the person with a disadvantage that's going to challenge the advantage person, and do what they got to do and do everything correct, gonna always win. So that plan over there, I knew that I had to cover in space. I knew that I got to cover one-on-one. I know that if I don't make a tackle, it's one play from breaking because the yard is so short. But when we practice, we always practice on the football field where they doing go routes, they doing post routes, they doing. So that sharpened up my coverage. And like sometimes where tight ends come down, I have to go down, put my hand in the dirt, and go up and cover and run with them because some of them run 4.5, 4.4, 4.5, 6.5. And that's what the USF, that's what fan control had over there. A lot of people didn't pay attention to it, but it was just like that.
Yo, I saw one play where somebody got behind you. They beat you on the route, but you just kept going, man. You kept going, and then you got your hand in there and knocked that thing out. Man, talk to me about you told me already that, man, like, there was a lot of 4 or 5 guys in there, but sometimes they're tall and big and strong and fast, right? Sometimes you're playing to get some crazy athletes. Yo, what was that like?
Yeah, man, it was like every tight end we had over there was 6'6" or 6'7". And the thing about it, when you playing with your hand in the dirt, you got to get up and get a little jam and turn and run as hard. And if you can do it, you a baller. And that's the thing about me. Like, it was crazy that one play, they already knew my groin was kind of hurting a little bit, so they wanted to come at me. At the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna suck it up and I ain't gonna get beat. And that's what he got out a little bit. So then I came into my pose of running, see through the ball, look at his hand, look at the ball, see hand, and that's what I did. So he put his hands out, I went for the ball.
That was nice, man. You look, I'm loving what I'm seeing from you as far as being a football player is concerned. You're a dog. Like a lot of people, I mean, you know that. I know you're a dog because we talked about. You're a dog, man. Like on the field, I love what I'm seeing from you. The tenacity is there, the coverage is there, everything you want out of a linebacker is there. You're eligible for this USFL draft. Talk to me about that process. How'd you become eligible for the USFL draft? And then how'd you get in their view? How'd you get into their radar?
See, a lot of people don't know, like, I played for the spring league for Brian Woods. I was telling you once before. I played on the Sea Lions. So with the Sea Lions, I finished top prospect. Like, they weren't taking defensive stats, but I knew how I finished top prospect because I was all over the field. I was running quarterback down for the opposite side of the field. I was making plays, basically. And I think that's how I ended up getting on their radar because I finished top prospect in their Houston league in Houston. So, I mean, that's why I probably got on the radar. And I went to the hub in LA. People don't know, right after that, I went to the hub. But I went to work at Walmart in the warehouse for like 4 or 5 months. And then I earned my money to go up there to the hub and showcase my talent in front of scouts and everything. And then I guess they probably got that film from me doing one-on-ones and everything, winning a 7-on-7 drill up there. But I know whoever's doing evaluate, they see that I'm a different linebacker. Like, I don't care, big name, small school, mid school, cat, dog, whatever you is on the field, you get in my way, you gonna get it.
I love it, bro.
I got a family to feed.
My dude said big school, small school, cat, dog, lion. I don't care.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna lay you down.
I'm on that. I feel like I love it. Yo, okay, so the USFL Combine is March 19th to the 21st. Will people see you there as well?
I mean, if I get drafted, I think I won't have to be there because I remember my agent had got a screenshot for one of the people in the USFL. Like, nah, he's great. His process fine. So we finna see. And then that's what, like, he got his contract and I sent it back and I got my background check and everything. Process went good. So now I'm just waiting on the team to call me.
Yo, at the hub workout, I heard you went off. What was the best drill for you there?
1-on-1 and 7-on-7. I think 1-on-1, 7-on-7. I mean, I showed my quickness. On bad drills and everything. I just had to show them that whoever you is, I'm gonna lock you down. Like, you can have me on the island by myself. I'm not the type like you got to change up your whole defense. No, anything I help, I'll make it easy on the defensive coordinator.
I love it. Did you run the 40 there too? Did they make you run the 40 too?
No, they didn't. See, I never ran the 40. I ran the 40 when I was in the 8th grade, and I guess they just kept that 40 for my 8th grade year. And I'm like, wow, I never ran a 40. But, you know, they say how rivals, all this hype and all that, other people got hype on other people and that thing, you know, boom. You know how it be, man. But I ain't learned the fundamentals of it because I always had that dog mentality. Put me on the field, I'm going to show you what I'm about. Well, if team need me force on 3rd and 1, I'm going to come over there for the coach on offense. Like, coach, put me at fullback, give it to me, or let him run behind me. I'm going to help. I'm going to do whatever to make the team win.
Man, I love the mentality. Yo, so we ask this to everybody, bro. Like, we ask this to every single person who comes on our podcast. We are praying podcast, man. And there's somebody watching this right now, checking this out, and they're like, yo, I like that dude. It's the mentality, man. I love the tenacity. I love everything. I want to pray for him and support him as he moves forward. Man, if people are praying for you, what are they praying about?
They're praying for me to prosper because, I mean, where I come from, it's real dirty. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And all the prayers, they help. I mean, because where I come from in Florida, we in a poverty, we in a Lakeview Park, and we supposed to be in the city limit of Frostville, and we don't have a city right to vote. Football is the only way for us to make it out. And people don't know we got us around in the grove, away from highway, not city limit, but we're in Frostville. So where we come from is bad when you got to fight your own people. Because like people don't know, we got people burn candles on people. People sell their life so they won't see a next person make it. And see, some people sell their souls, but at the same time, like you also want the right people praying for you. You don't want anybody praying for you, and you just gotta ask God to take what I can't see. And that's all I want people to pray for me about, protect my injuries, what I can't see, and the people against me. Because when you know you got family against you and family don't want to see you prevail, it only make you more hungry and it make you have more faith in God.
Man, we appreciate your time. We appreciate the interview. Look, we're on our side supporting you, bro. Like, go forward and prosper, man. I know you got everything in you to make it. So we thank you for giving us this time. Graham fam out there, I'm pretty sure. You know, they sending up prayers for you.
Coach County too. Coach County.
Yo, do your thing, man. We appreciate the time with you. And listen, if you're out there, yo, people may want to follow you on Twitter. They may want to follow you on Instagram. Tell them how they can find you and follow you.
My Twitter, Cecil_Cherry4, and my Instagram, Cecil_Cherry, regular by itself. And you can follow me. And I got a Cecil Cherry Youth Financial page too on Instagram and Facebook. Cecil Cherry, you'll see me. And I got my Cecil Cherry Youth page on Facebook too.
Oh, awesome! Yo, you said the Cecil Cherry Youth page?
The foundation. I got one on Instagram and one on Facebook.
Yo, talk to me about the foundation.
Oh, my foundation is a nonprofit. My 501c3, and what I got going on is I'm hosting camps. I'm hosting camps for kids. I just had my last one a couple months ago after the fan control, and I had 15 NFL players come. And that was the first big camp in a while, and it was like 200, 300 kids out there. They had fun. And that's my goal, to get back, because now I'm working on a project to do elite 7-on-7 tournament, 9th through 12th graders in Polk County. And that's my goal of giving back. And that's what I'm going to do with my NFL money. I'm going to fund it to my non-profit foundation and my USFL. That's what people don't know about me, because I want these kids to have something I didn't have.
Wow, man. Wow. Man, you're a great dude. We appreciate the time with you, and we pray the absolute best for you going forward, sir.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you being here. We love you. We thank you. We hope that you have learned something and found somebody else to love and support on, man. Y'all go follow him at Cecil_Cherry, right? You can find him on Instagram and Twitter. He's very active on Twitter. Y'all go show him some love. And look, we're blessed to do it, man. It's been a fun interview, and I'm looking forward to what comes after it. All right, y'all. We love you. God bless you. We out.